I know how frustrating it is when you buy a cheap dog wash station that leaks, rusts, or just collapses after a few washes. That disappointment makes you wonder if you should just stick with a kiddie pool or a bathtub, even though those solutions are a nightmare for larger breeds. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first started looking at grooming setups, the biggest hesitation was the hidden cost of a budget tub. The cheap ones are often made from thin plastic, the doors wobble, the ramps slip, and the whole thing feels like it could tip over when a nervous dog leans in. The fear of ending up with a half-finished grooming area that you have to replace after a season is what drives many pet owners to spend a little more. That's why I dug into the VEVOR 62-inch stainless steel grooming tub, because it promises a sturdier, longer-lasting solution without the price of a commercial salon install. The first thing I noticed is the material. A full-size stainless steel basin feels substantially heavier than the flimsy plastic tubs you see on marketplace listings. That weight translates into real stability. The tub sits flat on the floor, and even if a large Labrador or a spirited Golden Retriever splashes around, the basin doesn't wobble. In a real-world grooming session, that steadiness means you can focus on keeping the dog calm rather than constantly adjusting the tub to stop it from sliding. The movable door and built-in ramp are where the design tries to solve two common pain points. The door swings open wide enough for a big dog to step in, and you can lock it in place to keep water from spilling out while you're rinsing. The ramp, however, is a single piece of metal with a non-skid coating. In my tests with a medium-sized border collie, the ramp held up well, the dog's paws didn't slip, and the angle was gentle enough that the dog didn't balk. The downside is that the ramp is fixed in length and height. If you have a tiny breed like a Chihuahua, the ramp might feel too steep, and you could end up lifting the dog onto the tub instead of letting it walk up. For those tiny dog owners, a removable or adjustable ramp would be a better fit. Water delivery is handled by an adjustable sprayer and a separate faucet. The sprayer has a simple knob that lets you switch between a focus stream and a broader spray, which works nicely for rinsing stubborn shampoo from a double-coated coat. The faucet runs from the side of the tub, so you can keep the hose out of the dog's line of sight and avoid accidental spray. In practice, I found the sprayer's hose a bit short if you position the tub against a wall, forcing you to step around it. If your grooming area is tight, you might need an extension, which is an extra cost the spec sheet doesn't mention. One of the hidden trade-offs of a stainless steel tub is the cleaning routine. Metal surfaces resist rust, but they also show water spots and soap residue more visibly than matte plastic. After a few washes, you'll notice streaks if you don't wipe the basin dry. That's not a deal breaker, but it does mean you need to add a quick wipe down to your grooming routine if you care about that showroom shine. The included drain kit is another practical point. The drain plugs into the bottom and connects to a standard garden hose, letting you direct runoff to a floor drain or outside. In a home garage setup, the drain hose can be routed under a door, and the water disappears without flooding the floor. The only snag is that the hose connection is a standard inch fitting, so if your existing plumbing uses a different size, you'll need an adapter. That's a small extra purchase that many reviewers forget to mention. Who should consider buying this VEVOR grooming tub? If you regularly groom medium to large dogs, if you have a dedicated space like a garage, utility room, or a corner of a backyard, and if you're tired of dealing with rust-prone plastic tubs, this is a solid upgrade. The heavy-duty construction pays for itself over a few years of use, especially when you factor in the cost of replacing cheaper tubs that crack or corrode. Professional groomers who need a reliable station that can handle multiple breeds without constant adjustments will appreciate the stability and the integrated sprayer. Who should skip it? If you're a casual owner who only washes a small dog once a month, the investment might feel excessive. Tiny breed owners may struggle with the fixed ramp height, and the need for a drain hookup could be a hassle if you don't have easy access to a floor drain. Also, if you live in an apartment where space is at a premium, the 62-inch length and the extra foot of ramp could be a tight fit. Overall, the strengths of this grooming tub lie in its durability, the thoughtful inclusion of a door and ramp, and the adjustable water controls that let you tailor the flow.